Namaskaram and good evening to all of you. Thank you, Deepthi, for inviting me, and my sincere thanks to Arijit as well for coordinating this. I'm very happy to be here this evening to participate in this 3 years of celebration of Deepthi's divine Daivik Diksha, which you started online with just 4 students, and it is now really expanded in various categories, not only music but Bharatanatyam, keyboard, violin, veena, slokas, bhajans, Bhagavad Gita. And I think you have more than 100 students, and with a dozen teachers across the globe, from students from different parts of the world who can speak different languages as well. So I think this is a celebration. It's a very, very special day for all of you to celebrate this beautiful moment. And I think you're celebrating this as Rhythms of One World, is it? The concert Rhythms of One World to celebrate unity through diversity. Students, you're giving a lot of opportunity to students to perform live concerts, online concerts, which is a fantastic effort that you have been doing. See, Carnatic music is one of the greatest traditions and one of the greatest assets we all possess. We're lucky to be born in a country like India, and we're lucky to be born as Indians, in fact, because not for anything else, but the Indian culture and tradition is so rich. It is not only music, but there are so many things like you've been the Bhagavad Gita, the bhajans, the slokas, so powerful. And we have other things like yoga, the kalari, so many forms of martial arts. So there is so much that India has to offer, and we are all fortunate to be exposed to the different forms, the different art forms, and different cultural forms, and our heritage. And especially when we take Carnatic music, it's one of the greatest art forms in the world. One of the most complex, I would say, because over a period of time, it has evolved. And if we are all singing and listening to Carnatic music, it is because of the many great masters and stalwarts who created this music for us, and in vice versa, were in turn created by this music. It is both vice versa. Artists created the music, they sang and sang and sang, and they evolved. The music evolved like that. The same way, because of this great music, we had the great artists were also born. I was very lucky to learn from some of the greatest gurus, like Dr. S. Ramanathan, Srimati T. Brunda T. Vishwa, Calcutta K.S. Krishnamurti, Savitri Satyamurti, Sri P.S. Narayan Sami, S.R. Janakiraman. So many great musicians I was very fortunate to learn. And initially I was not very interested in Carnatic music, because I was more keen as a young boy, like everybody. I was more keen on playing cricket, and when my mother used to ask me to learn, I used to just run off and want to play cricket. But then my mother actually forced me to learn Carnatic music, and I'm really glad today that she really forced me to learn this beautiful art form. And then I started getting interested in Carnatic music. And the greatest thing about this music is that the nuances in this music is so it's very the complexity, the nuances that we learn while learning Carnatic music is so rich that if you learn Carnatic music, you can understand any other form of music in the world very easily, because of the structure, the raga structure, the thala structure, the compositions. There are so many thousands of ragas. So when you learn these ragas and the aesthetics, every nuance, there are those little anuswarangal, and the chinna anuswarangal, those little sangadis. All that is such a fabulous training for us. So that's why it is so important to be exposed to Carnatic music, to learn Carnatic music, to practice Carnatic music. Not only Carnatic music, but Hindustani. That's another ocean. So if you all as students have the time, you should delve into Carnatic and Hindustani music. I mean, that will give you such a fabulous exposure to the beauties of our musical tradition. So that's why it's so important to learn Carnatic music. And I'm so happy that Deepthi's school of music, you are encouraging young talent, you're exposing them, and you're introducing them to beautiful classical music, giving them an opportunity. See, singing on stage, singing in the house, practicing is one aspect, but giving a platform to give them an opportunity to perform is so important, because singing at home and singing on stage is two different things. As you do concerts, initially when I started singing, I never used to know how to sing swaram. So I was very scared of singing Kalpana Swaram. Somebody used to ask me to sing Kalpana Swaram. I said, no, I cannot sing. But then, as you keep singing, you practice and you learn from great teachers, and they give you that confidence. And then you listen. You have to listen to a lot of music. That's so important. More than learning, I think listening is so important. So I think today, if all my dear students who are there here online listening, it is so important to listen to various artists, different genres of music. Listen to Western music. You will learn something from that. Listen to ghazals, listen to folk music. There is beauty in everything. So music is an ocean. I mean, you can't say this music is the best. Everything has its own beauty, and everything, when you get deep into each genre, you discover so many things. So that's why it's so important to learn and listen to lot of music, another Kelvi Jnanam. And the most beautiful thing about learning Carnatic music is also about the discipline. When you learn kritis, normally when we learn kritis, my teacher, while learning, I can look at the book. The next class, I have to learn the kriti without looking at the book. I have to memorize it and go. Otherwise, she will fire me. That used to that is how I learned. So that practice of memorizing is also very good for the brain. As a child, when you learn memorize music, when you memorize songs till your lifetime, the last breath, you will remember that. You will never forget. The songs I learned in my childhood, I'll never forget. But only now, if I start learning some song, it's taking time because I'm not able to remember. I have to keep the book and all this. All those old songs which I learned, no problem. I can just sing like that. It'll just come like a computer hard disk. It'll open up. So that's why. So it's so useful. The methodology of our learning, the learning of the sarala varisai, the rhythm structure, that is also, there is a lot of mathematics also involved in that. And so this discipline and this mathematics, and you're learning a beautiful art form. So everything put together, the brain is also very actively functioning. So it's so good. As a person, you also, it also helps develop a certain character. You know, the rich culture that we are exposed to always makes you a better person. You know, there is always, you appreciate things better. Music has a lot of power. Music has a lot of emotion. Every raga has a mood. When you sing, sometimes when you listen to some songs, you feel sad. Sometimes when you listen to some songs, you feel happy. So music can give you different dimensions. You know, it can give you different moods. It can make you understand. And so that's why I'm so happy today that, you know, I'm here addressing a beautiful school with lovely teachers and students who are so dedicated to the classical arts. And I'm so happy that I could be here today to participate in this celebration, and wishing you all the very best, my dear students, and wishing Deepthi and her divine Daivik Diksha the very, 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 very best in all your future endeavors. And please continue this beautiful service to music. This is service to not only music, it's service to humanity. I think we are churning out better human beings by teaching them our Indian culture, our rich Indian heritage that we are sharing with them, and you're making them better people. And I'm sure as teachers also, you all enjoy teaching the students, because that's another side. Students, they learn, but as teachers, when they impart, they enjoy that, the process of giving, to share knowledge. The sharing of knowledge is so important, and that's what you're all doing, and which is really amazing. And please continue this wonderful effort, and wishing you all the very best. And thank you very much. I'm really happy I could be here today. And namaskaram once again. Thank you, Deepthi, and thank you, Harijit. And
sir, that was a wonderful speech. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Sir, it would be great. Sir, it would be great if you would sing a few lines, sir, for us, please, sir, please.
Yeah, so I will just, demonstrate. So I was telling you that I never used to. The most, what I want to say, I share is that the most important thing about Carnatic music, that's classical music, is developing your creativity. Learning songs, memorizing songs, all that is one aspect. That anybody can do. that you keep singing, you keep practicing. But developing manodharma, that is always a challenge. How do you sing ragam? How do you sing swaram? Like mama gapa mari gagga gaga gama gama gagga gagama gama gaga gama magga sari gama mama 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 gapa papa mama da da ni da da ni da da ni da da ba ba da ba ba mama mama pa mama da ba 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 mama ni da da ni ba ba da mama. So how can you develop manodharma? There are some little tricks. Try to sing within 2 notes or 3 notes. Take mama pa ma pa. How much can you sing? Mama 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 pa mama mama pa mama mama pa 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 mama 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 pa pa mama mama pa pa mama pa pa ma pa pa ma pa pa ma pa pa ma pa 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 ma pa mama pa mama ma pa mama pa mama mama pa mama pa mama pa mama ma pa mama pa mama pa 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 mama mama pa 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 mama 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 pa 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 mama pa pa pa. Different combinations. Then go to the next. Mama pa pa da 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 pa pa mama ma da ni da da ni da da ni da da pa. So the more you sing in less number of notes, the more ideas you try to develop. Mama pa mama ma da pa pa mama ma ni da da ni pa pa da ma ni da da ni pa pa da ma da pa da ma da pa pa mama pa ma ga ma pa ma ga pa mama ga ga ma ga ma ga ma ga pa mama ga ma pa ga pa ma pa ga pa ma pa ga da pa da ga ni da da ni pa da ma da pa da ma mama pa mama pa ga ga ma ni ni ga ma ga ri sa ri ga ma pa ma ga ri sa aganam tata aganum tanum tata aganam taganam tata aganam tata aganam tanum tata. This is again tanam, rhythmic representation of a raga. I'm not thinking. Whatever comes, I'm singing. Because there is no time to think. It has to just come. It does. Okay, just a small demonstration of. So this creativity is something that is so important. So when you practice, when you get that creativity, when the ideas start flowing, then, for example, suppose you go for a recording, some cinema film song, if you're recording, or if you want to, they will say you improvise here, put some little swaram here, or give some improvisation. So we will be able to do it immediately on the spot. We'll be able to immediately visualize that whole scale. Even if it is not in a particular raga, we will be able to visualize that scale, and we will be able to give the appropriate sangati or the appropriate feel or the appropriate improvisation. So that is why the developing creativity, that is why Carnatic music, the main thing about learning classical music is to improve your creativity. The Manodharma, this is called Manodharma Sangeeta. So that is so important, and that is what all of you have to try to achieve. Apart from learning the kritis, and please remember that till your there is no stopping of learning. Learning never stops. Still the sarala varisai or janta varisai. So all this, that akara sadhakam has to happen. Always. So don't think that, sarala varisai I have learned so I can forget. This is not like school where, you learn your maths, you learn some portions, then you forget about it, then you go to the next class, you don't have to bother about it. This is not like that. You have to learn. You have to still practice sarala varisai, janta varisai. And all that varnams, practicing varnams, suppose I'm just taking a common varnams, maybe saral. Satrasudagani ne kori chalamaru. So this varnam, if you take, you sing the varnam. Satrasudagani ne kori. You can do akara sadhakam in varnam. You see the jumping notes? So you get that control. So you can sing anything, that control will come. Best thing to practice varnams is through thanam. So you can do so many things. So that's why I say it's one of the greatest art forms. So just a small demonstration for all of you, that's all. So thank you once again, thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot for your valuable time and speech, sir. It really motivates everyone present here. And this will be the most memorable and precious moment for all of us. This day became our treasure because of your presence, sir. Thanks a lot once again. And we will have Arijit sir words after the first performance, sir. We request Pranita and Pranati to